Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Vocal Honey podcast, and welcome back to this mini series on selling with soul. This bonus episode is going to be about your voice. This is Vocal Honey. I'm a voice guide, visibility coach, and the work that I do with women is to, yes, talk about selling, talk about showing up, talk about your talk about your story, take up more space and power, but also it's about how your voice projects that transformation. It's about using the voice as a sonic billboard, a sonic signature to indicate to your listener, to your audience, that this is truth. I am the one you need to be buying from, and I am the authority on this topic. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And when it comes to asking for the sale, what typically happens when we start to talk about money is that we get a wobble in our voice, and we might even go up in energy and up in our volume and up in our cadence and suddenly speed it up because we're uncomfortable and we're going to someone asks us how much it is and we just speed it up, or we speed it up and we suddenly say the price, but then we also deprecate with, well, I can talk about a discount too if you want it. The number one thing I want you to know when it comes to using your voice, the instrument itself to sell, is you do not want to change your tone. I often tell my one-on-one clients, when they go to tell their story, they get so nervous that even just in front of me, because it's like, oh my God, this is the first time I'm telling my story. They feel vulnerable. Their nervous system isn't ready for that level of visibility. And so what happens is they can giggle, or they'll talk really fast, or they'll make all of a sudden all the filler words come back that we worked hard to reduce. And I tell them, listen, just order spaghetti and meatballs. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, imagine you're at a restaurant and you want to order spaghetti and meatballs. Are you going to get all excited? Are you going to get all nervous about that? That's like one of the most delicious but boring meals on the menu, right? And they go, oh yeah, it's easy. Why don't you go ahead and just get bored first? And when you can allow yourself to be bored, what I mean by that truly is you relax into your power. This isn't about wowing people anymore, you guys. The stories, the selling, the content, the presence of the person that is converting the room into buyers and who's transforming lives as a result is the person who's just saying it versus performing. Performance-based speaking is old, I think, and we can kind of see through it. Like Tony Robbins did it, and then I think it should have just stopped. Yes, get excited. Yes, get emotional, but ultimately always have a baseline of, this is just boring for me because I've lived it and I talk about it all the time. Like, what do you want to know? And I don't mean a fake detachment. I don't mean you don't feel anything, so you're robotic. Don't get it twisted. I mean, you're so calm about it that it's like you're ordering spaghetti and meatballs off the menu. So when someone asks you, how much is your coaching? Spaghetti and meatballs, spaghetti and meatballs, spaghetti and meatballs. It's $11,000. I said that in a way that does not rattle my heart rate. I didn't swallow a big gulp before I said it. I didn't break eye contact with the person. It's just spaghetti and meatballs, $11,000. If you wanted to work with me for 6 weeks, that's about $5,000. Okay. If you want to work with me for 12 weeks, it's $11,000. Now notice how my voice went down at the end, $11,000. $11,000? We're not doing that. And we're not suddenly like, wow, my coaching is $11,000, right? We're not also getting wicked excited because that's just annoying. You don't need to change your voice. But the reason you do is because, go back to episode number 2. You're either comfortable or uncomfortable receiving it. And I can tell right away with your voice. If your voice goes up, or if you beat around the bush, or if you speed up, or if you get all excited when it's time in your slideshow to get ready for the pitch and here comes the ask. I can read it in your body language and I can hear it in your voice if you are not comfortable. That's because women do not practice selling. Why don't they practice selling, boys and girls? This is in the last episode. Because they're using and used to masculine selling, which only happens once in a blue moon when they're launching. Instead, when you soften into your power, you get very obsessed with what you do. You talk about it all the time, and you talk about it like spaghetti and meatballs. It just becomes gospel in the world. People are just like, wow, it's just, there's no other thing with her. This is just what she does, and this is just what she sells. It evokes confidence. People automatically trust you. If you sell once in a while, you're always going to be rattled by the selling process. I was at an event once and I watched a woman who was the event owner sell on stage. Her event was incredible. I loved it. She packed the room. When it came time to her selling, her body language shifted dramatically. She did the biggest no-no ever, which is she crossed her legs on stage, which is an instant telltale sign that she is uncomfortable. Now, I get it. It's hard to be on stage, but it's also okay for it to be hard on stage, but that doesn't mean you have to fall back into these subconscious conditioned body programming of crossing legs. This is why you got to join my program. This is what we do. We remove that script, that software from your hardware of the brain so that you don't fold in power under tense moments. So that not only does she cross her legs, but then she spent like 2 to 3 minutes on these slides selling her membership. And then that was it. And then we were like, thanks for coming. And I was like, oh my God, this is terrible, because I wanted to join that. And I know a lot of women in this room did. But she stood there and she shied away from it. And because she shied away from selling, because she couldn't stand in her power, why would any woman think that they would be able to stand in theirs if she couldn't even hold her own power? And so when you are able to talk about what you do in a calm voice and with confident body language, even while it may be true that you're shaking like a leaf on this tree in the inside, when you still can control the voice, and we're going to talk about how in a second, what instantly happens is you signal to your listener and your potential clients, I am willing to stand in my power. Are you hearing this? And what that does subconsciously is it shows the other people, whoa. This woman is in her power and she's calm about saying what she's worth and standing in the power of asking for it. I bet you she's going to be able to make space for me. I bet you I could show up a little bit fearful and go through my things and all the things that coaching brings out, right? And I bet you she'll make space for me. I bet you she won't crumble. I bet you she's a good leader. And you are. So by being able to state your price without going high or speaking around and all those things, you will own the room. So let's go over the points right now, okay? Number one, if your voice is up here and you have a higher feminine voice, it's totally fine. But when it comes time to sell, you need to drop it down into your nectar note. If you don't know what your nectar note is, you've got to get inside of the coaching. You've got to get the Confident Voice Blueprint. It's linked below. This is going to teach you how to find your nectar note, which is your true DNA sounding voice, according to you, that will make you instantly magnetic. It's literally the sound you were supposed to be making, not this other dolphin sound that we make because we're women and we want to go high or whatever. Okay, so number one thing is when you're getting ready to sell, drop the tone of your voice down. Take a breath, relax your throat, relax your stomach. 2, speak slower. Yes, it might be very uncomfortable to ask for money, especially if it's thousands of dollars and you're not used to doing it and no one's bought yet. So you don't have the proof that anyone's purchased yet. I get all that. I've been there. I still have offers that I spin up, but I'm like, I wonder if someone's going to buy this $6,000 offer. And sometimes no one does. But the principles remain the same. I lower my voice and I speak slower. If I smile, that's great. If I happen to get excited, I don't show it in my voice. I'm just like, it's $6,000 and you have about 48 hours to make the purchasing decision, right? It's just matter of fact. It's spaghetti and meatballs. There's no reason to get amped up to sell. You've already sold. Everything you've been saying has been doing the selling. By the time you get to the pitch of the price of the program or your product or your offer, you've already sold it. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you're giving a presentation, everything is selling. Your body language too. All of your slides, your stories on Instagram are selling. So when you finally ask for the money, it's easy for people and you don't need to do any more work, but maintain the integrity. So we don't want to have like lots of excitement. All of a sudden you're just like detached because that would be weird too. So really the spaghetti and meatballs is saying just don't get too aroused. Don't get too excited, okay? Now the other point I want to make is when you tell the price, you want to ask a question right away. Ask how many people in the room, raise your hand if that just made you feel something, if you just feel excited. Notice how I didn't ask how many people were going to be joining. How many people just felt a little bit of excitement by seeing that slide? Get people to raise their hand. If you're online, you could say, if you just felt something just by seeing that price and you're excited and interested, I want you to drop your favorite emoji below. If you're one-on-one with a customer on a sales call, a nice thing to follow up with is based on seeing that number, are you ready to commit now? And it just keeps the conversation going. After you've lowered your voice, you've said it slowly, you've said it matter of fact. That's that spaghetti and meatball strategy. No excitement. It's just, it is what it is. Then I want you to ask a question afterwards. Keep the discussion going. Okay? So if you follow those steps, I promise you selling is going to sound to your potential buyer like you are 100% confident, even if you're not. And trust me, the more you practice this, the easier it gets. The easier it gets. I promise you. It's just going to take you trying, fumbling a little, being a beginner, being nervous, but knowing that you're safe to be nervous, right? It's okay to be a human and have the fears that you have. But with the strategies in this episode and the previous ones are going to support you so that you are going to kick ass while selling and have the time of your life changing people's lives for the better with who you are and what you have to sell. And you receiving money is all just contributing to the spiritual economy of the world because good people like you deserve to be wealthy. Good people like you need to be the ones who steward and move money across the face of this planet. Am I right? All right, let's go.